Welcome back, I'm Belle, and I'm really glad that you're here today joining me for this episode. Today, we're going to talk about busyness and the way we associate busyness with time. Now, we've all been there, running on empty, feeling like we're constantly doing things, yet never really feeling like we're caught up. And after the school holidays, I know this was me for a period of time. And the list keeps growing, the days feel full, but at the end of the week, you look back and you think, what did I actually move forward that would really propel my life? And that's quite often where a lot of my clients get stuck, or people that I talk to. The constant cycle of I'm busy, but I'm not really progressing. It becomes really exhausting, and there's only so long that we can manage that. And for a lot of people, the story that they tell themselves sounds something like this. If I just had more time, things would feel easier. Or if I had more time, I'd be more organized. If I had more time, I could rest. If I had more time, I could think. And the list goes on and on and on. If I had more time, I could really get on top of things. But the reality is, it's never time that is the issue. And I know I talk about time a lot. I'm really passionate about the way people describe time because we all have the same 24 hours in the day. The difference is in how we use the hours, how we protect them, and how we fuel ourselves within those hours and those blocks. And when people say they want more time, what they're really saying is, I don't have enough freedom. I'm craving freedom to do what I want to do. Freedom from pressure, freedom from overwhelm, freedom from burnout, freedom from feeling like they're always behind. So today I want to talk to you about what actually creates that freedom, and it's not more hours in the day. So what really happens is everything competes for your interests. So your to-do list keeps growing, everything feels urgent, messages are coming in, emails are coming in, people's expectations, all the responsibilities that we have, people needing things from you, and your energy slowly gets depleted. So if you imagine a full bucket, all of these things, they start to drain your bucket and they pull you in every direction. And when everything feels urgent, or when you give urgency to all of your priorities, nothing gets the attention that it truly deserves. And that's why we feel stuck and why we feel exhausted. So instead of acting with intention, what happens is we start reacting. We start reacting to all of these things coming in. And we use the energy we do have for that reactivity. And we bounce from task to task, or tab to tab, or notification to notification, ping to ping. And we never really settle into focus. And that's when people say I'm flat, or I'm overwhelmed, or I'm burnt out, or I don't feel like myself. And it isn't a time problem. It's an energy and focus problem. Because how you experience time is directly linked to your energy. So when your energy is scattered, time feels tight. Whereas when your energy is focused, time feels expansive because we're giving our focus to things that will propel us forward. And when we talk about freedom, it isn't about doing less. It's about doing what matters to you. And when I think about time in my own life, time is not the biggest issue. Sure, there's a lot going on, family, work, commitments, life. But over the years, I've created systems and boundaries and standards that help me move through my days with intention. And is it perfect all the time? No, but there's always an opportunity to learn from a day that wasn't great. And the biggest shift for myself wasn't in learning how to fit more in. In fact, it was learning how to take things out and focus on less, but do it properly. And that's when I really started to move forward, whether it was business or my personal life. And this is the part that can feel uncomfortable because we go, okay, I can't possibly take anything out. But it's when you simplify and you prioritize that you will really start to build momentum. And people don't always understand when you say no, and it can feel awkward, and that's okay. But when you stop over explaining things to yourself, you start to feel a lot better. And it's that discomfort and leaning into that discomfort that is often the doorway to freedom. And this is what gets you going, but you need to do this. You need to simplify in order to move forward faster, because time doesn't expand, but our focus can expand when we do that. And when we expand our focus, our sense of control expands because we are controlling at a different level within ourselves, and we get that clarity and that calm that so many people like. And that's where freedom lives, in that area of more time, in that area of greater power. So if I had to strip this back to its core, what I'm talking about, there are 3 things that truly change how you experience time, productivity, and freedom. And they're not complicated, but they do require intention. And the first thing is discipline. Discipline is the structure that builds self-trust. So it isn't about being rigid or harsh. It's about creating structure that supports you. We need discipline. We can't wait for motivation. It doesn't always show up. But discipline is what allows you to evaluate your performance. What worked? What didn't? Where did my energy go? And this is what gives us that clarity and allows us to reflect and adjust and build structures to allow us to move forward. And it's that structure that we create from being disciplined that creates that consistency. And it's that consistency that builds the trust. So when you start to trust yourself, you don't need to second guess every decision. When you simplify because you're clear in the outcome that you want and you don't constantly feel behind. You know, you do what you said you do. You know what's important to you. And that alone creates a huge sense of freedom. That's the first one. The second one is energy. So the fuel behind clarity and momentum is energy. And that's the power for everything. It's what powers everything. So you can have the best planner in the world. You can tick all the boxes. You can have the diary, the worksheets. But if your energy is depleted, nothing will flow. And when your energy is low, everything feels harder. Trust me, I've been there. Decisions feel heavier and your focus disappears because you're not clear. So when it comes to high performers protect their energy first. They don't manage time without managing their energy because everything stems from energy. So sleep, boundaries, movement, mindset, emotional load, who's around you, all of it matters because when your energy is strong, clarity comes naturally and clarity changes how you move through your day and what you can get done. And the third thing is flow. When work or home life feels natural and focused, we feel completely different. So flow is that state where things feel aligned. You know when you're in flow, you're focused, you're present, you're working with yourself instead of against yourself. Things come more easily. And that state of flow, you can't get that if you're constantly under pressure. It comes when your priorities are clear, when your energy is supported, and when you're solid in your level of discipline. And when you're in flow, that's when productivity feels effortless. And that's when you can start to move things and really propel things forward in a direction that feels good. And this is where high performance actually lives. So how do you start then making time work for you instead of feeling like you're constantly chasing it? So I thought today I'd share a few practical tips on how to help you do that. The first thing, the most important, is to simplify your priorities. Look at your schedule or your diary or your calendar and actually make a note of what matters. So if you feel like you never have time, it's a sign that you're out of alignment, not that you're incapable. The second one is to reduce decision fatigue. Simplify the choices, then automate what you can do or what you need to do and stop wasting energy on decisions that don't move the needle. Next one is to stop overcommitting. Every yes costs energy. Be intentional in what you say yes to and what you say no to. So say no to what drains you so you can say yes to what aligns. And I hear this all the time, quite often from mums saying they've committed to something and they don't want to do it, or they're going to something they don't want to go. So think about what is important in your life and commit to that, and then let go of unrealistic expectations. Perfectionism keeps people stuck. Progress comes from taking action, not waiting for everything to feel perfect. So just start. And if it's a hot mess, just keep going. So I want you to pause for a minute today and reflect and think about, where are you giving time to things that no longer deserve it? Or are you holding on to tasks out of guilt? What can you let go? Are you saying yes out of habit, not alignment? Are there distractions quietly stealing your energy every day? And how would your life change if you could tweak those? Because when you start saying no to what drains you, You create space for what will move you forward. So if you're feeling tired of being busy but never caught up, this is your chance to simplify. Focus on what matters, protect your energy, and build discipline that supports you. And if this conversation resonated with you and you're ready to do this properly, I'd love to support you. So join my free community, book a chat, and let's work out how to get you feeling more free in your own life. Until next time, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life every day. Your coach, Belle.